of the huts of history's pain. Our ancestors bled and died, but with strength and willpower we overcame to restore the Virgin Islands' pride. To preserve the beauty we devised a plan to obtain ownership of your precious land. Educating your people is the golden key to maintain the success of this territory. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish our hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be
We're going to now do our pledge. Can you please follow along with me in your booklets? After two, can we do it together, please? 1, 2. I pledge to my country, the territory of the Virgin Islands, to encourage national pride and dignity, render patriotic service, promote justice for all, be true to God, and remain dedicated to these Virgin Islands.
Let us go to our Heavenly Father in prayer. O most loving and gracious God, we come before you just to hallow your name. You are such a wonderful Father. We thank you for this day and for the opportunity to be here. We ask, oh God, that you will bless these proceedings today. Over the time we have been through so much, but oh God, you have kept us, and yet we rise. Oh Father, we welcome your sweet Holy Spirit in the very midst of us. Before we begin this ceremony on this beautiful day, we invoke your presence. We say, whatever is done, whatever is said, let it bring glory and honor unto your name alone. In Jesus' name we pray.
Please be seated. Premier and Minister of Finance, Honorable Dr. D. Orlando Smith, OBE. Wife of Deputy Premier, Mrs. Pickren. Dr. Pickren sends his apologies. He had an emergency at the hospital. Honorable Ronnie W. Skelton and Mrs. Skelton. Honorable Mark H. Vanterpool and Mrs. Vanterpool. Honorable Myron V. Walwyn and Mrs. Walwyn. Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Andrew Foy and Mrs. Foy. Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Dolores Christopher, Honorable Julian Fraser, R.A., and Mrs. Fraser, Cabinet Secretary, Ms. Sandra Ward, Prominent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Culture, Dr. Marcia Pata, Principal of the Elmore Stoutt High School, Mrs. Sandy Underhill, other distinguished guests, students, parents, media, good afternoon. It is with great gratitude that I stand before you this afternoon to chair the 2017 graduation ceremony for the Elmore Stoutt High School. 20 years ago, along with my fellow colleagues of the class of 1997 of the then BVI High School, we sat excited and hopeful of what our lives would be like as we departed this phase of our lives on our graduation day back in 1997. Class of 2017 of the Elmore Stoutt High School, today is your day to celebrate that which was accomplished in your high school years, as well as a time to look forward to the next steps of your life's journey. Many or maybe all of you are on the right track. So to offer a word of wisdom from Will Rogers. He says, even if you are on the right track, you will get run over if you just sit there, end quote. I want to encourage you today to think about your future, to pay attention to and try to stay in tune with the tempo of life, when to move, when to stand still, so you don't get caught being on the right track but ran over, but you arrive at your appointed destination successfully. So on behalf of my wife, my family, and the class of 1997, I would like to extend congratulations to the 2017 graduating class of the Elmore Stoutt High School. Congratulations. We will now have our welcome remarks by Miss Danielle MOURLLON, salutatorian.
Pleasant good afternoon, everyone. We can all agree that this is a very nerve-wracking position to be in, and she has asked that I stand by her side, so I've agreed to do so humbly.
I acknowledge the protocol already established. Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for sharing in this important milestone with us, the Elmore Stoutt High School class of 2017. I am shy and definitely would rather be anywhere else than on this stage in front of such a crowd, so please bear with me as I reflect on the journey that my classmates and I have traversed. Standing here today as the salutatorian of the Elmore Stoutt High School, honestly, was never my intention. My goal was to do well, to graduate with honors, and to rank in the top 10, but never did I consider that my performance would land me here, speaking as a representative of the ESHS class of 2017. However, here I am, and I am a testament to the fact that hard work comes with many exciting and sometimes scary surprises. Class of 2017, we all worked hard, faced many obstacles and some surprises, but by the grace of God, we overcame them. Let us ever be mindful of the scripture that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. God has placed some very special people to help us, class of 2017, to attain this milestone. My own parents, Maggie and Polika MOURLLON, and my brother Paul, supported me along this journey. I thank you. To my other relatives and friends, I thank you. It is with my immense gratitude I say thanks to the principal and staff of the Ebenezer Thomas Primary School, and of course, Special thanks to all of our amazing teachers who supported and helped us all throughout the years at the Elmore Stoutt High School. I know it wasn't an easy task. I thank you. We thank you. As we come to the end of this tremendous journey, we are filled with many emotions words cannot fully express. Although we are overwhelmed with joy, we are also sad. This, our high school graduation, is our bittersweet moment. Being in class, hanging with friends, and interacting with teachers are just a few of the things that makes this moment just a bit bitter for us, because these moments have come to an end. These are memories that we will never forget. Late nights completing assignments due to procrastination, the early mornings, the tears, our hard work has now brought us to the sweetest moment, the beginning of our next journey. I am excited to see what the future has in store for us, the class of 2017, especially my homeroom, Business Studies 1. This is not an end, but it is just the beginning for us, the ESHS class of 2017. We will never give up. As we go along life's journey, we will face many challenges, but each Jordan is crossable. We will succeed and surpass challenges with hard work, dedication, and staying focused. Families, friends, the BVI community, and of course, the graduating class of 2017, it is my pleasure to warmly welcome you to the first ever ESHS 12th grade graduation ceremony. God bless you and thank you.
We're going to now have some congratulatory remarks by Dr. the Honorable D. Orlando Smith, OBE, or Premier.
Keynote Speaker, Charlotte Shaney Jenkins, Principal of the Elmore Stoutt High School, Mrs. Sandy Underhill, graduating class, parents, teachers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to join the hardworking educators, parents, and the wider Virgin Island community in congratulating the 2017 graduates of the Elmore Stoutt High School. This significant milestone of completing your secondary education is not only a personal one, but one for the entire Virgin Islands, as everyone waited for this moment with much anticipation. Today you write a new chapter in the story of your lives. Today you migrate to another stage. Today you assume a different position. Today change begins. This 2017 Elmore Stoutt High School graduation is a historic event for you, as you are the first class to graduate since the implementation of the sixth form in the education system. Graduates, you have persevered in the midst of all the changes that took place around you. You stayed the course, and now you are reaping the success. Know that the journey towards achieving your ultimate goal has only just begun. It is what happens after that will determine the type of future you choose for yourself. I must encourage you to look around and be inspired from local role models who have made significant contributions to our territory. BVI landers such as the Honorable Dame Justice Janice Pereira, DBE, Ms. Christian Fraser, Karen McMaster, and many others. It is my advice to you to model yourself on successful people. Keep growing, keep progressing, and keep yourself open to learning new things. I am aware that one of your favorite pastimes is communicating via the different social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. I know that users on Snapchat have a unique snap code, right? Consider your identity as your unique snap code. Be yourself, build upon your own unique talents. I encourage you to become familiar with what is going on globally. Pay attention to the news, and I assure you, we become well-rounded young people. Unlike Snapchat, whereby you can use filters to decorate your snaps, life's journey will not come with filters. You'll be faced with many obstacles and challenges. I encourage you to reflect upon your perseverance throughout the implementation of the sixth form, and let that be encouragement for you during any future challenges you may face. Speak with sector leaders, in health, yachting, shipping, engineering, construction, for example, to get ideas of the jobs of the future to guide your area of academic interest. My government has also placed an increased focus on entrepreneurship with the introduction of a youth entrepreneurship policy. We are constantly nurturing this plan, which will lead to the sustainable development of these islands. The Department of Trade, Investment Promotion, and Consumer Affairs are also now even more active in promoting different programs to train and attract young entrepreneurs. Embrace this opportunity to become a future entrepreneurs, taking what you have learned in the classroom and elsewhere to provide much needed products or services for the people in and out of this territory. I further encourage you to keep your mind on the economic twin pillars, financial services and tourism, and find other innovative ways to strengthen both these industries. Or by yet, find other industries to make the BVI's economy even more prosperous. So class of 2017, that is the challenge I leave with you, and I congratulate you once again on your success in completing your secondary education. May God continue to bless you and bless these Virgin Islands. Thank you.
We're going to have congratulatory remarks by Mrs. Sandy Underhill, principal of the Elmore Stoutt High School.
It is with great pleasure that I stand before you this afternoon to give my congratulatory remarks to this very special and historic class of 2017. At the school's last graduation ceremony in 2015, the graduating class made history as being the last group of fifth form students to graduate from the institution. Today's graduation exercise is another historical one for the school and the territory. The class of 2017 are the very first 12th grade students to graduate in the territory of the Virgin Islands. It has been a long 6 years, 12th grade, and a very challenging journey, we can all agree. You have experienced some of life's steep mountains, rough seas, but you have learned to climb and you have learned to swim. You adapted, you persevered, and today you are victorious. The administration and staff of the Elmore Stoutt High School, along with your parents and the wider community, are so very proud of you. I must also acknowledge the hard work of my dedicated staff and teachers of the Elmore Stoutt High School, who also had to make major adjustments because of the 12th grade transition. Your hard work and commitment does not go unnoticed. I would like to specially recognize my 12th grade teachers, who I'm going to ask to stand at this moment because you don't know. Please stand and oblige me. I need all 12th grade teachers on your feet, please. Thank you so much. Please put your hands together. Ladies and gentlemen, these teachers traveled back and forth on a daily basis to and from ESHS to HLSCC to ensure that this day would be possible. They were given an unexpected challenge and rose to the occasion, and we thank you. And now, graduates, you are a very special graduating class. Today, you make history. Never again will there be another first 12th grade graduating class in the history of our Virgin Islands. It is you, all 159 of you, who have made this historical day possible. I am extremely proud. Continue to make your mark in the world. Let your light shine on everything you touch, and do not be afraid of a challenge. You have already been tested and have proven that you are resilient and capable of surpassing all expectations. You have proven that you can adapt to change by adjusting attitudes and by doing what has been required of you so that you could see this graduation come to fruition. For that, you should be proud. But what this means, class of 2017, is that there's no turning back now. You must continue to face life and the challenges it will present, like the fighting rams you have proven to be. Growth comes through many mediums. It can come through school activities, good citizenship, leadership and responsibility, and most importantly, through the myriad of changes every school must go through to address global changes in education. You have demonstrated your resilience and ability to accept and conquer changes even when you didn't fully understand what those changes meant. Now, class of 2017, you must apply this same attitude to your lives. Do not be afraid of change. Don't run away or join the naysayers who oppose these changes that are intended to maximize your development and aptitude, thereby building our school and by extension, our country. Embrace these changes, applying that same strength and resilience you demonstrated here at Elmore Stoutt High School in a way that will only manifest positive rewards in your lives. I am truly confident that you will rise to every challenge. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all parents for your continued support and patience during the last 6 years, especially during the period of change. You stood by the institution and vowed your unending support every step of the way, and we are truly grateful. Once again, I would like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of my staff. Your hard work and commitment does not go unnoticed. Your commitment to education and the development of our country does not go unnoticed. Class of 2017, you have been given wings. Now you must fly and soar as high as the heavens. You are products of the Elmore Stoutt High School, which means, class of 2017, you have been tried and tested. But remember, you have also been given much more opportunities than others. More doors were opened for you to soar academically as well as in extracurricular experiences. Be confident that Elmore Stoutt High School has prepared you to take your places in the world. And while all these achievements and experiences are necessary for success, remember your attitude is equally important. Wade Boggs said, and I quote, "A positive attitude causes a chain reaction of positive thoughts, events, and outcomes. It is a catalyst and it sparks extraordinary results." Congratulations, class of 2017. And lastly, before I sit, I have the honor of recognizing our exemplary performance awards. We'll ask the mother of the valedictorian to come and assist me at this time. Students who maintain an A average every year from Form 1 to grade 12, Gabriella Chichester. Kyra Maduro. Kyra Maduro. Students who maintain an A average every year and every term from Form 1 to grade 12, Kiara Dawson. Kellyanne Freeman. Kairis Harrigan. Kairis Harrigan. and Danielle Morian. Thank you.
At this time, we're going to have congratulatory remarks by the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, Minister of Education and Culture.
Parents, students, again, good afternoon. It is indeed my pleasure to be here celebrating with you graduates, parents, principal and staff of the Elmore Stoutt High School, and well-wishers this afternoon as we make history together. The first grade 12 graduation of the Elmore Stoutt High School, the first group of students on their way to being the most qualified set of students to graduate from secondary education, starting Cape and being dually enrolled at ESHS Stoutt Community College, and the first students completing the new graduation requirements. I think a round of applause for the students and teachers very much in order. Graduates, you have indeed worked hard and you persevered. And here you are today, marking yet another significant milestone in your lives. You have done well, and I am extremely proud of all of you. Elmore Stoutt High School, as you have heard, earned a 98% pass rate. Of the 162 students, 159 were successful in achieving all the graduation requirements. Of those students, 4 received high honors and 71 received honors. I want to make special mention, as was done before, of Miss Kellyanne Freeman, who placed second in the territory, with a GPA of 4.07. Also based on her coursework for class assignments throughout the year, Ms. Freeman is a top CAPE student as well. And Ms. Simone Phillip is the top dually enrolled student. The Ministry of Education and Culture has been doing its best to put things in place to ensure that our young people are prepared as they move into uncertain waters of the technological age and the inevitable changes around the world. Many see the initiatives of the ministry as too many, too fast. But if we take a look at the world around us and the new premium placed on competence, we will see that we have a lot to do to get on track, to ensure that our young people are in a position to compete with the best. This is why it is important for us to stretch our young people, help them to develop critical thinking skills, to be creative, to be innovative, and to develop the capacity to question and take risk to improve their circumstances and improve this country. It is often not remembered that the economic sustainability of a country is based on the quality of the human resources capital of that country. And it is our job at the Ministry of Education and Culture to ensure that our students are well prepared for this very awesome responsibility. With the adjustments that we made to our new graduation requirements, along with the other quality assurance initiatives that we implemented, I believe that our school leaving results have greater authenticity. The ministry's constant engagement, monitoring and implementation of various qualifying factors encourage our students to work harder and to work more consistently. We introduced subjects like financial services, tourism, national citizen service, and civics as compulsory subjects to ensure that our students have a solid understanding of the economic pillars of the Virgin Islands. And as you may have heard, we will be making a special push this school year to introduce more foreign language options, including Mandarin, that will help our students to acclimate more globally. We want students to understand that we come from a people who are fighters. Not fighters in the negative sense, but fighters who are resilient, who fought for their rights and found ways to build their country even when it looked dim. Our forefathers always found solutions. Our insistence that our students sit and pass a minimum of 5 CSEC subjects, inclusive of maths and English, to receive a government scholarship, and now the addition of CAPE, was no trivial initiative. It is part and parcel of ensuring that our young people can compete in the global market. The Caribbean Examinations Council is our Caribbean institution which has developed a worldwide reputation. It was important for us to make the 5 CSEC examinations compulsory for receiving a government scholarship at this level because it helps to give more credibility to our local education system. If our system is to be considered a strong educational system, then it must follow that our students should be able to sit and pass regional examinations. This gives us an opportunity to see how our educational system and how our students stack up when compared to the other educational systems and other students in other parts of the Caribbean. Graduates, when we were on our journey towards the implementation of grade 12, I was often reminded of the words of Dr. Martin Luther King when he marched on Washington in 1963, where he said, "We are now faced with the fact that tomorrow is today. We are confronted with the fierce urgency of now. In this unfolding conundrum of life and history, there is such a thing as being too late. This is no time for apathy or complacency. This is a time for vigorous and positive action." Ladies and gentlemen, the questions of whether it was the right time to implement the additional year, whether we had the facilities, or whether it should be implemented in the primary level or the secondary level, or the question about the readiness of the territory and our young people, were all things that we took into consideration. But the truth is, the idea of an additional year to education was around in this country since the 1970s. And students, if you take nothing else from what I have said today, remember this: when faced with tough decisions, you must take decisive action and get things done. You cannot sit and wait for all the ducks to line up, because the ducks may never line up. You just have to move forward with what you know in your heart is the right thing to do, and that is what we did by implementing grade 12. Now today, the reward for your hard work is before you, and I am certain that this is a very good feeling for all of you. Teachers of Elmore Stoutt High School and the principal, this is also evidence of your hard work, and you should also be proud of what we were able to do together, notwithstanding the challenges we face. We have a 98% pass rate, and this is not something to be taken lightly. Give the institution and the students a round of applause, please. While we continue to improve the education system, you will see from the slides above that the government of the Virgin Islands is taking great steps to improve the physical plant at the Elmore Stoutt High School. We expect that works will start to further develop the junior and senior campuses. We intend for work to commence later this year to build a structure that will house an auditorium, the cafeteria, a gym, staff offices, conference facilities, and a home for the Elmore Stoutt Rams. There will be extensive upgrades to our science labs and our technical labs. As you can see, we are currently constructing new classrooms as well. We will ensure that our students have an environment that is totally conducive to learning. Now, students, I want you to follow me. I want to do a bit of a roll call. So I want you to listen and listen very well. All of the students with a GPA of 3.0 or above, please stand. Now sit. All the students with a GPA of 3.0 or above and have already passed 5 CSEC subjects, please stand. Sit. Those students who have a GPA of 3.0 or above and are expecting to pass 5 or more CSEC subjects when the results come out, please stand. Please sit. Those students who are expecting to be successful in their CAPE examinations, please stand. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said before, this is collectively the most qualified set of students to ever leave secondary education in the territory of the Virgin Islands. Give them a round of applause, please. Now, there are some students who have immediately met the government's requirements for a scholarship. And I have your stats. So I know how many CSEC subjects you would have done before, and I know how many you are waiting on the results for. When I call your names, please stand and remain standing. I'm going to ask the audience please to clap at the end because we'll be here for a very long time if I have to pause each time. Maya Fleming. There's not a Maya Fleming? Now, I'll give you a little some stats on Maya. Maya has already passed 6 CSEC subjects. It looked like you all need an additional year too. Maya has passed 6 CSEC subjects and she is expecting to pass 5 more. Jaden Massicott. Jaden has passed 6 CSEC subjects and is waiting to pass 5 more. Janiqua Roberts. She has passed 5 CSEC subjects and is expecting to pass 6 more. Gabriella Chichester. Gabriella has under her belt already 8 CSEC subjects, and she's expecting to pass 2 more. Kyra Maduro. Kyra has 8 subjects under her belt as well, and is expecting to pass 2 more. Janique Watley. Janique has 8 CSEC subjects as well and is expecting to pass 2 more. Janaya Shinnery, 6 C-Sex subjects. Tisha Parallon, 6 subjects. Amonique Edwards, 5 subjects. Danielle Singh, 5 subjects. My child, Maya Walwin, 5 subjects. Kellyanne Freeman. Kellyanne has 7 subjects passed already. Danielle MOURLLON, 5 subjects. Delani Norman has already passed 8 subjects. Kamari Bowers, 7 subjects. Sheehan Hodge, 7 subjects. Kyra Prophet, 7 subjects. Kiara Dawson, 6 subjects. Micah or Mika Smith, 6 subjects. Amethyst Straker, 5 subjects. Kiana Winter Osborne, 5 subjects. Kieras Harrigan, 7 subjects. Makila Davis, 6 subjects. Makelisha Lands, 6 subjects. Ohani Rivera, 6 subjects. Brianna Turnbull, 6 subjects. Keisha Dawson, 5 subjects. XA''V Gordon, 5 subjects. Tanika Tibri, 5 subjects. Kiva Donovan, 5 subjects. Kadisha Foy, 5 subjects. Kevin Shinnery, 5 subjects. Nikira Stout, 5 subjects. Shaquila Christopher, 5 subjects. These are the students who have already met the requirements for a government scholarship as of today. Please sit. Thank you very much. Now, the following students subject to successful passes when the results come out will also qualify for scholarships. And it's important to know that on this list, most of the names that I will call, they will only need 1 or 2 subjects to make the 5 subjects required for a scholarship. Please stand when I call your name. Kiana Donovan, Jaden Hodge, Eliane Fraser, Deshoy Ward, DeLorne Barber, Rebecca Jossil, Tyann Andrews, Sharifa Sully, Jamal Herbert, Nalene Lane, Deanna Simmons, Demoy Vanterpool, Simone Phillip, Akisha Robinson, Coy Vanterpool, Shanley Nisbet, Kamoy Brumant, Shawani Glasgow, Calden James, Jerelie Jean-Jacques, Kobe Potter, Marika Potter, Janique Gishard, Ryan Maduro, Shamor Smith, Jaron Smith, Jerick Barry, Raquel Turnbull, DeAndre Smith. And I know all of you, based on what I've seen with your records, will be able to pass those additional subjects and get that scholarship from the government. Please give them a round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I must, before I leave, thank some very important persons. I must thank the Premier of the Virgin Islands and the Minister of Finance. Please give him a round of applause for financing all of this. I must also thank my colleagues who are here, because in this government, we make decisions together, we discuss things, and I want to thank my colleagues very much for all the support that they've given to the Ministry of Education. I must, of course, thank the principal, as I did before, and all the teachers here at the Elmore Stoutt High School. Must thank my very hard-working staff in the Ministry of Education. Must thank, of course, the CEO, who is doing an exceptional job, and also my permanent secretary, who I depend on daily to guide me. Thank you all very much, and I hope that you young people will recognize the investment that the government has made in your lives and make this country proud. Thank you very much.
I want to say congratulations to the class of 2017 for their hats especially. I'm sitting there and give yourselves a round of applause for those hats. I'm telling you, they look fantastic. At this time, we're going to have a special presentation by Mrs. Connie George, the Chief Education Officer.
Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, good afternoon. The Ministry of Education is always pleased to partner with members of the community to award our students. And this afternoon, the privilege is mine to share with you a few persons who have given to our students. Firstly, I would like to recognize BNF Medical Complex. A total of $6,000 will be awarded to 25 students in various categories. 5 students will receive $500 to $700. The Natalie Joyce Brewley Fred Memorial Academic Fund. This Academic Assistance Fund has been created for students who have endured unique challenges beyond their control. And it says at the end, this fund cares. So all students, you will hear from your pastoral principal. We will not take the time to call names at this time, but we want to just let the audience know that these contributions were made. Another 5 students will receive $300 book scholarships from BNF Medical Complex Limited Book Scholarship Fund, and they awarded to students who plan to attend H. Laverty Stoutt Community College for the upcoming fall semester. Each recipient is encouraged to care for each book purchased. And finally, under the BNF Medical Complex Limited, A.C. Fred Monetary Award of $100 each will be given to 15 students. This award is a congratulatory gift of love. Students who receive this award are encouraged to do something special for themselves after successfully completing their secondary education. A round of applause for BNF Medical Complex. It is becoming an annual thing now for Ernst & Young to join us in this setting. So at this time, I will invite the representative from Ernst & Young, who will make a presentation this afternoon to the person who receives the award, Outstanding Performance in Accounts. And this individual, Danielle MOURLLON, she will receive $1,000 along with a plaque. Rotown Wholesale Trading Limited will be presenting 2 awards this afternoon. They have called them the Humanitarian Award, and they're recognizing the top male and female student who have selflessly given of their time on behalf of others. These individuals have far exceeded the graduating requirements for community service hours. We had one young lady who did 500 plus hours in community service, and that person is Faustina Marie Waterman. She receives $1,000 and a plaque from Rotown Wholesale. Secondly, another student, top male, goes to Hallian Brumont. He also will receive $1,000 and a plaque from Rotown Wholesale. And finally, tourism is one of the British Virgin Islands' main economic pillars. Therefore, it is imperative to ensure that the necessary human resources are in place to fuel it and keep it ablaze. The British Virgin Islands Tourist Board is encouraging the youth of the BVI to pursue more tourism and hospitality careers. Hence the reason for this tourism grant this afternoon. And it goes to Miss Kyra Dawson. She is receiving this award because she earned the highest grade point for the tourism class that she did in grade 10. Put your hands together for Miss Kyra Dawson. And that check is saying $2,500. Put your hands together. Thank you very much.
Class of 2017 and our audience, please welcome with me to give our keynote address, Ashala Shanae Jenkins.
Hello, hello, hello. Class of 76, 77, class of 86, 87, class of 96, and the best class, 1997. Class of 06 and 07, and of course, class of 2017. Good afternoon. All right. Now, what's interesting is, I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and so I came to Tortola, British Virgin Islands at the age of 4 in 1984, and I came as a Yankee. I left 20 years ago, come back, and I come back as a Yankee, okay? So yes, I do have an accent, but because I speak so much in America, in the American language, it's just something that I just have to do. But don't worry, the broken English comes out ever so often. But I just want to say good afternoon to you. The motto of this year, and I'm a little unorthodox, so I may take the mic off. Is that okay? Because I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. The motto of this, or what we have here for the booklet, is called Through It All, Still Re-Rise. And I just wanted to share with you a little bit. I was talking to CARLTON here, and I said, you know what? Do you remember anything that our keynote speaker spoke of 20 years ago? Do you remember anything, class of 97? Do you anything that our keynote speaker said? And see, that's not what we want this time. I want to be intimate with you. I want to be real with you. I want to be relevant with you. Because here's the thing. You're getting ready to go from young adulthood into adulting, okay? And you're getting ready to go from high school, and some of you are going to college. Some of you are getting ready to go into your own vocation, your own careers. Some of you have chosen further education, and some of you are still undecided, right? I'm sure some of you are. And listen, I want you to know that no matter what decision you make, the first thing I need you to know is that you are a big deal. Can I tell you? You're a big deal. Come on, put your hands together. You are a big deal. And I just want to say that to you because as I look at the motto, when you look at the faces here, and when you look at people under the nice blue cap and gown, some of you have on makeup, some of you have your fresh cut, some of you wearing your nice shoes, nice manicure. The thing about it is that some of you probably don't even know the story of how some of us got here today. Some of us don't even know the story of what the hard work it took just to pass for 2017. Some of us don't even know the long hours it stood when we couldn't understand certain subjects, when we had to get other teachers to come and tell us how to do certain things. Some of us may not understand what it took to even hear this thing. Through it all, still we rise. You know, you look at me now, and 20 years later, I stand here before you. Actually, we graduated in the other building on the other side, and I remember sitting here just like you. And I remember I had to give my scholarship up because I was an American citizen. So what I did was I gave my scholarship up to the next person that actually had honors. I never knew what the next course was. All I knew is that I was getting ready to enroll at the University of Miami, and I was getting ready to go to school, and I really wasn't sure how life was going to turn out. Listen, some of you here are 16, you're 17, some of you are 18 years old. And right now, as you move forward to this next stage, I just want to share with you some things. See, what a lot of people don't know, and maybe some of my classmates may not know, was that while my years in high school could have been perceived as the happiest years of my life, actually my years in high school were some of the darkest moments of my life. For those people that may have known my journey, it was very, very hard for me getting through high school between the years of 1992 and 1997. I dealt with a lot of things, from a lot of pressures of family, and my father was incarcerated and drug addicted, and my mother was going through her own struggles. And so during my high school time, I lived from house to house. I lived from family to family, and I thank God for the village, because the village raised me. Come on, let's put our hands together. Can I tell you, the village raised me? When I talk about the village, I'm talking about my first class teacher, Lorna Dawson. I don't even know if she's here, but Miss Lorna Dawson was the first woman educator that really made an imprint on my life, and she was a part of the village. Carlin Letsom, who was my principal of the Altair Scatliff Primary School. Yes. She was a part of my village. Mr. Gordon Callender, who also was the vice principal of Altair Scatliff Primary School, he was a part of my village. Mr. Al Frett, I don't know, I think I saw him here, but he was a childhood friend of the family who was a part of my village. Mr. Harold Malone, who was one of my first music teachers that taught me piano in Huntom's Gut, was a part of my village. Miss Marjorie Webb, and I know she's here, I see her, God bless you. She was one of the first women that really, educators that really took on my voice and was a part of the village that I was raised in. Then he was Sensei Albert Andrews, but I was also part of a village called Purple Dragon. They were a part of my village too, and I just want to give a shout out to them. The Allen family, the Malone family, the Pickren family was a part of my village. The Marshall family, the Stoutt family. Mr. Elmore Stoutt was like a father to me, and he was a part of my village and his family. Yes, he was. I saw Teacher Harrigan here. She was a part of my family as well. And not only that, but the British Virgin Islands High School, as I knew it now, the Elmore Stoutt High School, was a part of my village, and there was a special person that really took me under his wings. And I'm going to try not to get emotional, because he really saw some of the darkest moments of my teenage life. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I know some of you here today may be going through some dark moments that no one knows about, but yet you're here. You're here. You're here. And that is to be celebrated today. But I want to give honor today to a man that just never judged me, that took me under his wings, saw the struggle, and still said, I'm gonna mentor you even if you never asked about it. And that's that man sitting right over there in the left, Mr. Arthur Selwood. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you because he was the father in my life that I didn't have. He was the one that sometimes will keep me late hours with no funny business. I was enrolled in every band. And can I just give a shout out to the band right here? Yeah. Yes. I counted 5 female bass players. That's what's up. Yes. And also to the female trumpeters. Listen. This right here, can I tell you really quickly? This right here saved my life. Because a lot of my class members didn't know at the age of 13, I wanted to commit suicide. And see, we don't talk about it, but it's real. And we sometimes as adults don't understand what teenagers have to go through. Sometimes we don't hear them out. But at the age of 13, I wanted to take my life, and if it wasn't for this right here, I enrolled in every band, the ukulele band, the senior band, the classical band. I enrolled in every choir. I enrolled in it because that saved my life. And today, I want to equip you today that it doesn't matter what you have gone through within the past 6 years, what has saved your life. I want you to think back on the past 6 years. Was it friends, your faith, your family? Because these 3 things are so epic and important in your lives. And if I want to leave anything with you today, and I want you to listen to me really quickly, bows in the back, just pay attention and give me a little bit of your ear. I just want to say to you, class of 2017, don't forget the 3 most important F's in your life: your faith, your family, and your friends. Now, I know sometimes your faith is the core beliefs and the things that keep you accountable to yourself and to others. But listen, make sure that your faith, whatever you believe in, that keeps you sane, that kept you focused, continue to keep that strong in your life. The second thing, family, whether it be your immediate family, your extended family, or the village. Never reject the village. You know who I mean. Those people that will get you together before you even get home. Those people that will tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody, and by the time you get home, your mother or your father already knows what happened in school. That's the village, because you will go back and remember those people 20 years later, 10 years later, 30 years later, and they will be pinnacle in your adult life. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me, class of 2017? I just want to talk to you. I want to talk with you today. I want to go off script and just give you real advice so that you can remember this day 20 years later and say, you know what? I remember when Ashella Shanae Jenkins said this to me. So your faith, your friends, and your family. And most importantly, I want you to remember this motto that I remember in my life. As I close, I want you to live with purpose, in purpose, on purpose. Can I say that again? I want you to live with purpose, in purpose, on purpose. Can you say that with me? Live with purpose, in purpose, on purpose. You know why I say that to you? Because I probably have many people here that's listening to me that live with, we are all born with purpose. But do you know not many people that are born with purpose are living in purpose? There are a lot of people here that have regrets. A lot of people here that wish they can go back. I wonder if I were to ask the class of 87, 97, 77, 2007, if they could go back in time and change some things, what would they have done differently? I want you to live with purpose, in purpose, and then guess what? Live on purpose. When you leave here today and you go to college, or you decide that you want to start a business, you want to write a book, you want to do this, listen to me. Don't let anyone deter you from what you're passionate about and what your purpose is. Come on. Let's clap that up real quick. And I say that to you out here. You may not have to be sitting here right now, but I also challenge you to live with purpose, in purpose, on purpose. So how do you find your purpose? 4 ways. And I wish you can write this down, but I hope and I pray that you will go back and remember this. 4 ways in how you know that you're living with purpose, in purpose, and on purpose. The first thing is, find out what you love to do. Whatever you love to do, find out what you're good at. Whatever you love to good and what you're good at, when they come together, that's your passion, okay? That's your passion. And then whatever you're good at, whatever you can get paid for, that's your vocation, all right? And whatever you can get paid for meets what you can meet the needs of human beings, that's your mission. And whatever you can meet for the sake of human beings, when it meets whatever you love to do, it's a full cycle going back around, then that's your mission. When you have your passion, when it meets with your vocation, when it meets with your profession, and when it meets with your mission, that's when you know that you are living out your purpose. And the last thing that I want to say to you is have fun. Have fun in life, okay? If you make mistakes, get back up and do it all over again. But work hard, succeed, make plans, and make sure that in everything that you do, you have accountability in everything. Have mentors, and make sure in whatever you do that you just enjoy your best life. Give it all you have. And I'll close with this. Your school song says, I would be true, for there are those who trust me. I would be pure, for there are those who care. I would be strong, for there is much to suffer. And I would be brave, for there is much to dare. As you go through this year and for many years to come, through it all, you've still risen and you will continue to rise. So be brave. Thank you very much for your time.
Very, very inspirational indeed. Let's put our hands together one more time for Ashella Shanae Jenkins. At this time, we're going to have the presentation of the diplomas. Put your hands together. That is a place to shout, definitely. That is definitely an exciting time. It's going to be done by the Honorable MOURLLON, Minister of Education and Culture, assisted also by members of the class of 1997.
There are 159 students that have met the requirements for graduation as stipulated by the Ministry of Education and Culture. They will be receiving their official secondary school diploma for the first time. Of the 159 students, there are a total of 71 honor students and 4 high honor students. All students receiving honors and high honors, please stand and be recognized. Students, thank you. You may be seated. Could the graduating class of 2017 please stand? I now invite you, one at a time, to come forward and receive your diploma. Rachel Alexander. Demoy Allen. Neville Allen. Tiani Andrews. Jaquoy Antoine. Kayleen Araujo. Tyrese Augustine. Raheem Barrett. Jariq Barry. Asiv Beezer. DeLorne Bob. Simarj Bob. Kamari Bowers. Akeem Bradshaw. Devontae Bruley. Kimoy Brumant. Kalian Brumant. Kalia Burke. Shay Cameron. Dante Carlton. Vidalia Charles. Gabriella Chichester. Janaya Shinnery. Kevin Shinnery. Kimisha Shinnery. Shakalia Christopher. Dominic Cole. Jeanette Daly. Dominic De Silva. Jada David. Jada Davis. Michaela Davis. Keisha Dawson. Kiera Dawson. Narissa De Leon. Conelda Denny. Kiva Donovan. Kiana Donovan. Tajana Donovan. Denisha Douglas.
Before I start calling the next set of names, there's an emergency. PF 646 and PF 659, you're blocking. You're please asked to remove your vehicle. Amanique Edwards. Janae Estridge, Kedisha Foy, Eltisha Foy, Timaeus Ferguson, Maya Fleming, Rajay Flynn, Elian Fraser, Kellyanne Freeman, Tekoya Freeman, Rebecca Frett, Ryan Gale, Joseph George, Cheyenne George, Majesty Glasgow, Shewani Glasgow, Bernard Gordon, Zavi Gordon, Amali Graham, Kayla Grant, Janique Bichard, Adriana Gums, Kyrese Harrigan, Miriam Ariana Haid, Elvins Haywood, Khadijah Henry, Jamal Herbert, Devon Hodge, Jaden Hodge, Kevon Hodge, Cheyenne Hodge, Takoy Hopkins, Kiara Huggins, Robert Isaac, Keanton Jackson, Roland Jackson, Johnson, Danielle Joseph, Shania Joseph, Rebecca Jossel, Joshua Langford, Makelsha Lance, Marlene Lane, LeBritney Leguer, Jordan Lewis, Bahija Lloyd, Bahija Lloyd, Joshua Lynch, Amari Maduro, Kyra Maduro, Nikwisha Maduro, Ryan Maduro, Demoy Martin, Carisha Martin, Zarian Martin, Jaden Massicott, Gerelda McKelly O'Neill, Michaela Mignot, Taboy Morgan, Daquan Morton, Daniela MOURLLON, Anya Nitz, Chanelly Nisbet, Clenny Nisbet, Jelani Norman, Tisha Parlon, Franklin Penn Jr., Camilla Penn, Simone Phillip, Kobe Potter, Carter. Kyra Prophet. Giancy Lapsat. Erica Ryan Wells. Shelley Richardson.
Kohani Rivera. Janiqua Roberts. Akisha Robinson. Shanique Robinson. Marek Romney. Caleb Ryan. Destiny Samuel. Nakisha Savory. Hendrik Sena. Kaiser Sena. Diana Simmons. Danielle Singh. Sophia Singh. Brad Skelton. DeAndre Smith. Jamie Smith. Jerron Smith. Mika Smith. Shamor Smith. Nikira Stout. Amethyst Straker. Sharifa Sully. Kiara Sylvester. Nicholas Sylvester. Kadish Tala. Kyrique Thomas. Tia Thomas. Tinica Tibri. Brianna Turnbull. Raquel Turnbull.
Vanterpool. Maya Walwin. Deshoy Ward. Faustina Marie Waterman. Janique Watley. Kemalia Williams. Kiana Winter Osborne. Shamar Woodley. Brittany Young.
Could the graduating class of 2017 Elmore Stoutt High School please stand? As Acting Chief Education Officer, I confirm that these students have met the requirements for graduation as set out by the Ministry of Education and Culture of the Virgin Islands. On behalf of the Ministry of Education, I hereby declare that you are now a graduate of the Elmore Stoutt High School. Symbolic of this major accomplishment, you may now turn your tassels. Honorable Premier, Minister of Education and Culture, other members of the House of Assembly, platform guests, parents, guardians, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Elmore Stoutt High School graduating class 2017.
At this time, we're going to have the student respondent, Miss Kellyanne Freeman, valedictorian.
I acknowledge the protocol that has already been established. A most pleasant good evening to all. Tonight is a night of celebration. ESHS class of 2017, are you ready to celebrate? See, over the past 6 years, we've developed friendships, encountered obstacles, overcome hurdles, and now, finally, here we are. We know that tonight would not have been possible without the many persons who took the time to ensure our position in tonight's roll call. So allow me to give thanks. As nothing is possible without his influence, presence, kindness, and mercies, I give thanks to Father God for his enduring love and protection over us, and for comforting us through our times of doubts, for there were many doubts. To my parents, Teresa Turnbull Letsam and Dillard Freeman, with all my heart, I thank you. I became a bit disgusting, and at times your patience grew thin, but your love endures, and I am elated to know that I put those proud smiles on your faces. So thank you. To my loving family, who remained optimistic of my abilities through it all, especially my late and most special cousin, Shaheem Richards, I say thank you. To the teachers of the Elmore Stoutt High School, thank you on behalf of the class of 2017. The students before you this evening were challenging. We tested you in every imaginable way, but you honored your commitment to our education. You even loved us. We are grateful. To my BVI community, to all of you under the sound of my voice, we thank you. Your presence here tonight signifies your support, and sometimes that's just what we need to push forward. Thank you to the BVI government for providing us with world-class education. And I want to say a very special thank you to Dr. the Honorable Kedrick Pickering. You have given me moral support and pushed me to strive for excellence at all times. Honorable Pickering, your help has been invaluable. I thank you. To my lovely science family, Mrs. Abednego and the Debating Society sponsors, and the most awesome music department. I express my appreciation to you for keeping me sane through my last 3 years in this institution. Don't worry, graduates, class of 2017, I have saved the best for last. You motivated me, and tonight we celebrate together. A huge thank you to each and every one of you, to those of you who pushed me and competed with me, those who helped me, those who had confidence in me, thank you. And your support helped me to achieve titles such as Co-President of the Student Council, Junior Minister of Tourism for 2017, and now your valedictorian. To my co-president, Franklin Penn Jr., and Vice President, Cara Prophet, thank you for a year filled with fun and laughter. It was a pleasure working with you. Class of 2017, let's celebrate. Guys, we're finally out. And I know that our emotions are fluctuating, but bear with me as we stroll down memory lane. Class, do you remember attending ESHS for the very first time? Classmates, look to your left, look to your right. Those graduates were just as bewildered as you were, navigating around that huge campus, figuring out the best places to have lunch, trying to find the fastest way to get from the new building to the music department so as to avoid being marked tardy. So many memories. But then I'm sure that every graduating class says the same thing. But oh, here's something no one else can say. We are the first ESHS 12th grade graduates. In September of 2016, we got to revisit those feelings of fear once again. We were worried, confused, anxious, and even a bit upset. The additional year, the 12th grade, put us through all those emotions and then some. But then we figured out how to navigate around a new huge campus, HLSCC. We figured out new places to eat lunch, the fastest routes from the UE building to the top floor of the main building, and even how to coexist with the goats. It was rough sailing, and at times, the task seemed nearly impossible. However, despite the many challenges we faced in our last year, we managed to be successful with a 98% pass rate. We managed to adapt and grow. Our ability to adapt and grow through our final years allows us to be here celebrating tonight. It allows us to glide with pride across this stage to collect the diploma we so rightly deserve. The diplomas that we hold high are testaments to our ability to navigate around obstacles, adapt to new environments, and grow from our experiences. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, and I quote, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk,
then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward, unquote. Class of 2017, we will keep moving forward and pushing beyond our expectations. Congratulations to this class are in order, and tonight we celebrate. But I urge all of you to press on and strive for greatness. I believe in you as you believed in me. It was just yesterday we entered this school, young, bright, a little bit scared, a lot nervous, ready to rebel, ready to grow. Who knew that we'd have so much growing to do? Now, here we are, young, bright, and still ready to rebel, for we know that this is not the end. We know that this is a beginning. We know that this is our chance to continue to adapt and grow. The world is huge, and we are not. Regardless, we will step toward our goal, we will find our corner, and we will shine. There's an old saying, be a better you today than you were yesterday. And that's what we will do. From here on, we'll only get better and better and better. Class of 2017, we did it in a major way and This is our time to shine. I thank you.
Yes, indeed. Give it up once again for your student respondent, Miss Kellyanne Freeman. At this time, graduates, it's your opportunity to do the school song and school pledge.
of the Elmore Stoutt High School, and with God's help, I will be diligent in my studies and mindful of my behavior. I pledge to uphold the rules and standards of this school, which are designed to promote positive and productive growth for myself, the community, and the world at large.